Have you ever looked at your dog and thought, what on earth are you doing? Some dogs have personalities so quirky, so hilariously weird, that they seem to live in their own little world. From hoarding socks to barking at thin air, our furry friends can have some of the strangest habits. But why do they do these things? Is it instinct, boredom, or just their own brand of canine comedy? Today we're diving into 5 of the weirdest dog personalities, and you might just recognize your pup on this list. Stay till the end, because we want to know, does your dog have an even weirder quirk? Drop a comment and let's see which dog has the most unique personality. The sock hoarder. If you've ever gone searching for a missing sock only to find a stash of them under your dog's bed, congratulations! You live with a sock hoarder. Some dogs are obsessed with stealing socks, hiding them in secret spots, or even carrying them around like prized possessions. And it's not just socks. Some dogs collect shoes, toys, or even random household objects. But why do they do this? It turns out there are a few possible reasons. First, it taps into their natural retrieving instincts. Some breeds, like golden retrievers and Labradors, were literally bred to fetch, so carrying objects just feels right. Second, your scent is all over that sock, and to your dog, that makes it a source of comfort. In a way, it's like a security blanket. And lastly, let's be honest, some dogs just enjoy a good game of keep away. So how do you know if your dog is a true sock hoarder or just an occasional thief? If you find a collection of socks in one specific place, they're not just stealing, they're curating. Some dogs even sort their treasures, keeping soft objects in one pile and harder ones in another. It's almost like they have their own organization system. Tell me, has your dog ever stolen your socks? And more importantly, did you get them back in one piece? Let me know in the comments. The invisible enemy fighter. You're sitting on the couch enjoying a peaceful evening when suddenly, your dog starts barking like there's an intruder in the house. You rush to check, but there's nothing there. No sounds, no movement, nothing. So, what exactly is your dog barking at? Welcome to the world of the invisible enemy fighter. Some dogs seem to see things we can't, barking at empty corners, growling at walls, or even staring into space like they're having a full-on ghost encounter. While it might seem creepy, there are a few logical reasons behind this bizarre behavior. First, dogs have incredible hearing, way beyond what we can perceive. They might be reacting to a distant siren, the hum of an appliance, or even the sound of mice in the walls. What seems like nothing to us could be an entire concert of strange noises to them. Second, dogs are highly reactive to movement, even the tiniest flickers of light or shadows. Ever noticed your dog barking at a reflection on the floor or a shadow on the wall? To them, that's a mysterious moving target that needs immediate attention. And then, of course, there's the possibility that your dog just likes barking. Some dogs, especially herding breeds, have a strong instinct to alert their family about anything unusual, even if it's just the wind blowing. So next time your dog starts barking at the air, don't panic. It's probably not a ghost. But if they keep doing it repeatedly at the same spot, maybe, just maybe, they know something you don't. Does your dog do this? And do you think they're hearing something real? Or are they just being dramatic? Tell me in the comments. I want to hear your best ghost dog story. Ever feel like you're being followed? Not by a stranger, but by your own dog? If your pup insists on following you everywhere, from the kitchen to the living room, even to the bathroom, you've got yourself a professional shadow. These dogs refuse to let their humans out of sight, sticking so close that they could qualify as an extra limb. So why do some dogs become little four-legged stalkers? A big reason is their pack mentality. In the wild, dogs rely on their pack for survival, and your dog sees you as their leader. Sticking close is their way of staying safe and included. Then there's attachment. Some dogs bond so strongly with their owners that they just don't want to be apart. And of course, there's FOMO, the fear of missing out. What if you open a treat bag, drop food on the floor, or gasp, leave the house without them? Most of the time, having a professional shadow is just a sign of love and devotion. But if your dog starts showing signs of anxiety whenever you leave, it might mean they're developing separation anxiety. If they panic, destroy furniture, or cry when you're gone, it's time to work on helping them feel more independent. But let's be real, sometimes it's just funny. Ever tried to close the door only to see a little nose push it open? Or turned around too fast and tripped over your furry shadow? If this sounds familiar, tell me, does your dog follow you everywhere? And how many times have you almost fallen because of it? You bought your dog a comfy bed, placed it in the perfect corner, and expected them to enjoy it. But instead, they drag it across the room. Then they push a blanket into the hallway. Then they decide the couch cushions need some adjustments. Congratulations, you have a furniture rearranger. Some dogs just can't leave things where they are. They move their beds, their blankets, and sometimes even their water bowls. If they're really dedicated, they might even nudge your furniture into a new position. But what's behind this strange decorating habit? One possible explanation is the nesting instinct. Dogs in the wild would dig, scratch, and move objects around to create a comfortable sleeping spot. Even though your dog has a cozy bed, they might still feel the need to customize it. Another reason is simple comfort. Maybe they prefer sleeping in a different spot, or they're adjusting the texture of their bedding to get it just right. And then, of course, there are the dogs who do it just for fun. Some pups love the process of dragging their bed around or flipping their blankets into a perfect pile. It's their version of interior design, and they take their job very seriously. If your dog is a furniture rearranger, you might wake up to find their bed in a completely different place than where you left it. But hey, at least they have a strong sense of style. So tell me, has your dog ever redesigned your home? And do you let them get away with it? Or do you put everything back in its rightful place? Picture this. Your dog is lounging around, completely relaxed, when suddenly, boom! They explode into a full-speed sprint around the house, knocking over chairs, slipping on floors, and zooming around like a rocket with no brakes. If this sounds familiar, congratulations. You have a sudden zoomy expert. Zoomies, or frenetic random activity periods, FRAPs, are bursts of pent-up energy that dogs release all at once. It's like they suddenly remember they have legs and need to use them at maximum speed. But what triggers this hilarious behavior? One common reason is energy buildup. If a dog has been resting for a while, all that energy needs somewhere to go. That's why zoomies often happen after a long nap, a bath, or even right before bedtime. Some dogs also get zoomies out of sheer joy, like when they see you grab the leash for a walk, or when they finish a satisfying meal. Another factor is stress relief. Ever noticed how dogs sometimes go crazy right after a bath? That's because zoomies can be a way to shake off excess excitement, frustration, or even nervous energy. It's like their version of stress relief, just much faster and with a lot more chaos. Zoomies are completely normal and usually harmless, as long as your pup isn't zooming straight into furniture. If your dog does this regularly, make sure they have enough space to run safely. And if you've ever been caught in the middle of a zoomy stampede, you know how important it is to get out of the way fast. Does your dog get sudden bursts of zoomies? And do they have a favorite time of day to go full speed crazy? Let me know in the comments. Dogs are full of surprises, and their quirky personalities make them even more lovable. Whether your pup is a sock thief, a ghost hunter, or a zoomy master, one thing's for sure: they keep life interesting. Now, I want to hear from you. Does your dog fit into one of these categories, or do they have an even weirder habit? Drop a comment below and share your funniest dog personality story. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss more fun dog content from Patopia Dogs. See you in the next one.